Hey, welcome back to Module 2. This is going to be a little bit different from Module 1. Darren and I are going to be switching off making the videos, covering the different parts of Module 2 here and progressing through the next phase of the process. Now, the things that we are going to talk about in these videos, there's going to be 3 or 4 of them total, and they're very, very important for setting up the foundation of what we're going to be working on and expanding on with our actual business. And from the last video, Module 1.4, you had a couple action items. So what we wanted you to do is just hang out and observe your marketplace. So you can scan through forums. And I'm just revisiting this from the last video, the last module. But we wanted you to scan through forums and blogs, scan through Twitter, Facebook groups, stuff like that, and understand what the people in your particular market are talking about. All right, who are the celebrities of that market? And we wanted you to track, different keywords and phrases and things that people are looking for, problems that they're having. We wanted you to track that stuff, either whether it's a spreadsheet or however you like to organize yourself. But basically, just hang out and observe what's going on in your marketplace, what people want, and the general problems and frustrations that they have. We equated it to being kind of like a fly on the wall kind of scenario. So you just want to hang out and observe and find out what people are having problems with. And so that leads me to the first part of this video here, where you need to understand your market from your observations. And it's really, really important to understand the people that you're going to be marketing to. It's not enough to just find, a hot little sub niche that you could tap into using some little affiliate marketing strategies or whatever. This is going to go beyond that. All right, and this is these kind of concepts are things that people like Frank Kern, Andre Chaperone, the very big successful people talk about, and these are the things that they teach, and that's understanding your market and narrowing in on one specific customer type that you're going to market to. And this is actually something that neither Darren or I have really expanded on in the past, so it's really fun to be talking about it here. So here's what you want to do. First of all, you want to make 2 different personas. And you want to make one for your audience, which is you're going to use the observations that you have made from your audience. Going back to module 1.4, when you hung out in your in the different forums and the Twitters, and you looked at different blogs and you found out what people are talking about. You're going to use that to create a persona for your audience, and I'm going to cover that in just a minute. But what you want to do is you want to use those observations to write a background story of a member of your audience. So kind of like your ideal customer, basically. So you are going to use the tangible evidence and the observations that you have made from your particular market to create an ideal customer that you want to market to. So that's going to be the first of the personas that you're going to make. The second one is going to be one for you. Now, you can use a pen name for this if you want to, if you're going into a market where you don't want to use your real name or have an association to it. Totally fine. Pen names are cool. Everybody uses them. I mean, hell, Eben Pagan, one of the most successful internet marketers to date, he's like infamous for his pen name in the dating niche, David D'Angelo. So if that doesn't go to show you that pen names are acceptable, I don't know what does. So I'm actually going to use an example from my racquetball market that I'm going into. And the website that I have, it's Racquetball Nation, and I've talked about that in the last module, but here are examples of the personas that I created. So I play racquetball, right? So that is why, actually let me fix this real quick. Okay, just had to fix that real quick. But I am actually a racquetball player. It's my passion, it's my hobby, more so than even internet marketing, which really proves how passionate I am for it. But I don't mind using my name and putting myself on the line in that particular market because that's where my passion lies, and I want to build a business in that market. So my avatar is actually myself. However, I could easily replace my name with someone else's name, like Jack or someone, and I could enter this market with a pen name. But so this is going to be the profile, the persona or avatar, if you will, that I created for me. And this is the one that I created for my ideal client, my ideal customer, or my target audience, and I named him John. And so let me read this to you first. So again, to summarize what I'm going to cover here, you're going to use the observations that you made about your market to write a backstory about a member of your audience. So kind of you're basically crafting your ideal customer. and this is the customer that I created using the information that I found in the market in regards to the videos that I saw, the conversations that people are having, and just in general the things that they're talking about. So John is 45 and has played racquetball for years. He's an enthusiast who plays for exercise as much as for the competition. He plays in tournaments, watches pro matches online, and even tries to research tips and advice floating around. He's a smart player and can play competitive ball, but is slowing down from age and needs to play smarter instead of harder. Because of that, the mechanics and the strategy of the game are the most important to him, which is what he researches the most online. Because racquetball is his passion, John is always demoing the new rackets to keep up with all the new products each year and practicing new shots and serves. So that's basically it. I mean, short and sweet and to the point, but it gives me an idea of who my actual customer is. So in this case, it's John. All right. I mean, he's competitive. He researches stuff online. He likes to stay in the know, but you know, he's a little bit older and he wants to play smarter instead of harder to keep up with all the young guns like me that can just run around and dive all over the place. So that would summarize you can expand it more than that. I mean, you can get into a lot more sophisticated demographics. You can talk about like their family, their work life, however deep you want to go into this, you can. This would just be the absolute minimum that you would want to create, though, just a base persona. And the persona that I created for me, which wasn't hard because I basically just told about myself. Tom is a young 25-year-old athletic player who thrives on competition and enjoys the game for both the competitive factor and for the workout. From playing and practicing 4+ times per week, he's rapidly getting better, but still has roadblocks to taking his game to the next level. He's taken lessons with a professional instructor, which has helped tremendously, but still wants to elevate his game further. So that's the persona of me, all right? That is going to be the person and the persona that I enter the market with. And again, that could be a pen name for you. It doesn't have to be your real name. You know, it doesn't even have to be true necessarily, obviously, because it would be a pen name. So all you have to do is create 2 personas, though. So you have to create one for you that you're actually going to use for entering this market with, and you want to create one for your ideal customer, one for your audience. And once you do this, once you actually do this exercise, it's very quick. All right, it goes extremely quick. You will see you're doing this to gain an insight into your audience, and that's going to help with your marketing and the positioning of your website and the kind of content that you deliver to them. As an example, because my target audience is this John character who is more concerned about the mechanics and the strategy of the game, the content that I chose to curate is more the mechanics side of it. Like, here's how the stroke mechanics for a forehand. Here's how to do a drive serve. Here's how to hit a pin shot or a splat shot. Obviously, if you were in racquetball, you'd know what I'm talking about. But that is basically what you want to do. So you want to create these 2 personas, one for your ideal client, your ideal customer base, and one for you that you're going to use to enter the market. And you're going to see exactly how we use those 2 factors in these 2 personas, I think in the next module, where we actually get into creating the content and actually building the website and stuff like that. So it's going to be really cool, but this is a very quick exercise that I want you to do. And actually the last thing that I'm going to talk about in this video is Alexa.com. And if you go to Alexa.com, this is one way that you can gain a very, very brief insight into your ideal customer. Alexa.com is it's a very popular website. It has a bunch of demographics for different websites. Here's what you want to do, though. So you want to go in the search box here. You want to type in the URL to one of the biggest websites in your particular market. And I know that Racquetball Warehouse is a really big, is a very big racquetball vendor. And they create a lot of video tutorials. They have a lot going on. But so if you search for the URL of a popular website in your particular market, and just actually what you want to do is click on this Get Details, the yellow button here. And you're going to scroll down a little bit, and once the page loads, you want to click on this Audience tab. And after you click on Audience, it's going to show you rough demographics for your particular market, or for that actual website. So here we go. So as you can see here, there is you can see all the different, this is just general information. For the most part, it is accurate. So we have people ages 18 to 24 and 35 to 44 that are represented most. I mean, it is for the most part an even split, but those tend to be represented the most. Some college, they're browsing at work, so these are, on average, typically like a little older people that are browsing at work. So that kind of fuels the persona that I created in John here. So granted, 45 is a little on the high end, but according to the people that I play with and from what I saw on the forums, they were typically a little bit older. They've played for a number of years. So anyway, that is this is one way that you can quickly find just the rough demographics of your market if you want some place to start with, and then use that demographic data along with the research and the observations that you find from just observing and hanging out in your in the places associated with your market to create these two personas. Again, it's a very quick process, so crank this out real quick so you can gain a much more detailed insight into the customer that you're going to be marketing to in the rest of this video course.